Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Flicks Live. I'm your host, Adam, aka owner and operator of raidersofthelostflicks.com. Remember, if it's a bad movie, we want to know about it, and I'm just chilling out here on the Rosinante. Doesn't seem like the rest of the cast needs it right now, but I'm also hanging out here with Nick Tam from the World Class Bullshitters, and the professor himself, Flair X. You know that guy.
The crazy bastard that is me.
Crazy bastard that is you. So we just got done watching Tribes, episode 6 of season 5. Initial thoughts. Nick, what'd you think of this one? So just initial thoughts.
This one, little slow like the last one, but still good. Like, there's not really a lot going on still, but we're starting to see like cracks in Marco's, factions and the way he does stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's another interesting episode. It's a good one, but still, I want some space battle, some punching, some blood, some guts. I want some shit going down.
How about you, Flair? What'd you think of this episode?
I was very, very impressed. We have never seen Christian break before emotionally. I thought this episode truly brought home the impact of what was done to Earth. I think we are on an upswing. We're starting towards that. We're getting towards the end goal. We're starting to move towards the reuniting of the crew. And I'm absolutely, I love this episode. I thought it was strong and a great step forward.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, because that's one thing I've noticed about this episode. An overarching theme is that everybody seems to be revealing sides of them that we haven't seen yet in this program. Especially glad to have Christian back. No swearing this time, unfortunately. She's pretty distraught by what's happened. Like you said, you're feeling the impact of what's going on. That's the first thing that we open up on. Christian in her office and on the moon, right? That's where she's.
Yeah. On the moon, or Luna as they call it, Luna base.
I like the name Luna.
So that's what we got. Also, what is it? She still hasn't gotten a message from Arjun yet. So
you see her actually trying to get that message from Arjun. She's not, and then she meets the replacement. For a second there, I thought they were going to lead up to her actually being the replacement.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to pull the Battlestar Galactica, where it's like, well, you're the only government asshole we got left, so you're going to have to take over the job. But no, it's some guy comes in, and he's a pretty nice guy, and he's one of those guys that's just barely a government official. He's like the Minister of Transportation or something like that, and he's like, oh, by the way, I'm the interim Secretary of Defense.
No, he is the Secretary General.
Secretary General.
He's running the UN.
Yep.
He is.
Okay. All right. Hold on. He's barely running the UN. Come down.
The guy can barely walk to say hi to Christian. He's not running shit yet. So,
Nick, it's kind of like the designated survivor.
Yeah, designated survivor. Yeah,
State of the
you are guilty by association.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right.
That is left away from the chambers, so that if there's a strike or something like that happens, they have someone that the whole government can fall on. Well, it doesn't sound like they continued that, but this guy is literally the designated survivor of the entire UN command structure, other than Christian, and now here he is. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, he flat out says it to her. You know what I liked about this so much. This scene is, even though we don't have Christian's famous swearing, we see a side of her that I've been in doubt about since the season started. This is a woman that's always used to getting her way. Doesn't take shit from anybody, gets things done. We're seeing her most vulnerable side at this point because she's not heard from her husband. The last words that they had were not the best of terms, and she doesn't even know if he's alive at this point.
And saw in the background, they're showing downtown Manhattan and it's on fire and flooded, and
Yeah.
it for her, that's got to be a huge emotional roller coaster.
Every one of us in this chat party crew here has experienced a scenario where we've seen on home soil things burning.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What is it? I think it was.
Easier.
No. I think I'm from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I came home for Thanksgiving in 2016. The entire town was on fire. It was weird. Luckily, my house was good. My family's business was good and everything. But like seeing things burnt to the ground is
it's shocking. It is.
It's extremely shocking. It's really it's crazy.
I wish I could think of a better word because it sounds so damn cliche at this point. But it's like things that you recognize from literally minutes ago. It was 1991, I think it was 1990, 1991. There was a tornado that hit like just blocks away from my house, and I saw people get off the bus that same day and go into a set of apartments, and 15 minutes later those apartments were gone, and some of those people that got off that bus were gone as well. And that left a lasting impression on me, to say the least. It just tells you how small you are in the universe, the fly speck that you are in the universe, and how short and precious your time really is.
Yeah, man.
2018, the Paradise, California, my friend lost his house, and he lost everything. I know people that live in Paradise. There's a large Seventh-day Adventist community there, and it was shocking because I grew up with a lot of the kids in Paradise. Us small town kids, we all kind of get, because we all have church schools, and we all get to know each other. And boy, that was to drive through Paradise after it had burned down. I mean, I lived up here at the time, but I went down and helped my friend, and just the utter, everything was gone, just gone.
But yeah, this transportation guy, he basically tells Christian, like, look, I respect you. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I ran for office because I didn't like the guy that was in charge, and I want a seat. We're alive because of you. I want you to be on my staff. And normally she would probably be jumping in this chance or saying something smart ass to him or lipping off, but because she's so emotionally wrought, she's like, of course. But of course that's her way in to get things done and probably get off of Luna and actually have some say in what's going on right now. And that's pretty much all we see of Christian at this point. It's just that. And it's like she's gonna not be in that lousy position that she's in right now, that the other lady was just sticking her there just to stick it to her. She's going to be in a higher position, I believe.
Which is kind of funny when you think about that, because the other lady was putting her at Luna to treat her like shit, to be an insulting move. But by doing that, she survived all this, and she is part of the cabinet, the emergency cabinet right now, to help the people, help relief, help things like that, and to keep things running, and hopefully find Marco and Naros and get the shit done, and start the whole hunt or whatever it is, and get it out of the way.
I'm just happy to have her back in an episode.
If anything, her star is ascending again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next thing we see is Amos and Peaches. Fucking Peaches. And she's gonna be Peaches from now on. Damn it! I don't care.
Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine, man. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I got to say something about her. I thought I liked her, when she was being Billy Badass on, killing people, trying to.
You really do like him crazy, don't you, Flair?
I do. Oh,
this guy,
Flair needs a plenty of fish account for this year. Is what he needs. He needs plenty of fish account for this year. Either that, or a FetLife account. You need one of the two. All right, one of the two.
Or a big bar tab and Stay away from everyone.
Everybody has a type, Flair. We know yours. All right. So
I'll take them nuts. I'll take them killers.
Yep.
Well, never mind.
So they're wandering around, and they show this elaborate scene where they're outside of a. It looks like a. Oh God, what do I want to say? A camp where people are going like
collection camp.
Something like that.
Camp is
like a FEMA type camp, like that type of a deal. FEMA's probably not a thing in this universe, but when they go through great lengths to show this elaborate camp, and this whole thing is just a setup to say, we're not going to go there, we're going to go that way. I was like, I'm glad you went way out of your way to establish that we don't want to go here because there might be police officers, and Peaches doesn't want to go back to prison. And Peaches doesn't want to be.
I love Amos's line. There isn't a prison to go back to.
They'll probably just shoot you. She's like, well, I don't want that either. These two already have a chemistry going, and I'm digging it. I am.
Well, and what I was saying was they build that chemistry even more in this episode.
Yes.
And she showed I can't remember the name of the actress that plays her, but she is really showing a really great range for what Peaches is turning herself into.
The actress's name is Nadine Nicole.
Oh, and cheers to her because she's doing such a great job. I mean, truly.
Yeah, she's taken this almost like C-level story out of the third season and made it into a B-level story in this season, made it part of Amos's story. And you get to see their dynamic and him grow because we've always wanted to see. And that's one thing I love about the season is like even though everybody's separated, we're seeing them. We're peering more into their personality and who they are because we've been like it's a weird thing. I hate to say, but it's almost like we've seen them at war for 4 seasons. Like they're just in it in the trenches all the time.
This is like important world building shit that probably should have been done 3 seasons ago, but since this show had so much else to deliver, we waited until now to develop these characters, which is a strange choice, but I still appreciate, Nick, the fact that they're doing this.
No, 100%. Yeah, it is strange. I do agree. But I think
it's also true to the books.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And that's one thing I appreciate. I think more than anything is true to the books because I've read only to 4. I haven't read 5. Once I'm done with the season, I'll read 5.
And that's the thing is what I truly appreciate is that they don't just leave the world building to the first couple seasons or the first couple books because they're constantly expanding and growing and looking at things in different ways, and I truly appreciate that about the guys, that are doing the writing of both the series and the books.
The fact that they're expanding on the Expanse.
Oh,
get out, Adam! Get out! Get off my ship!
My ship. Obviously, the cast doesn't need it. It's mine now. Damn it!
You better check. You better check that reactor code, son.
Check my reactor code. But yeah. So no, I agree with you though. I couldn't resist that moment. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I do like the fact that they are fleshing these characters out. It's just probably the best part of this episode is that all of the characters we're seeing different sides of people that we didn't see before, especially with Amos. There's a particular scene where I'm not going to skip everything they did because some of it felt a little bit like filler to me. Like some of what they were doing. They walk away from the FEMA camp. They're in the woods, find a dead guy. They take her coat. They give her the coat. These are not important details. I'm sorry, they're just not. But the point is they get to a place where a guy that they meet in the woods says, "Don't go there. They'll shoot you." And so it's like, well, that's where we're going because Amos, that's exactly where we're going to go. Okay. So he goes there. And of course she's sick, because she's weaning herself off of these drugs that stop her mod chip. Do we call it a chip or just a mod? Just I don't know how it works. It's a mod.
Well, yeah. We'll just call it a mod, like a cyberpunk thing. That's what we'll do. It's called a mod.
Like something from Fallout or something like that. She has a mod. Okay, so and obviously if you've seen the show, her mod is she kind of goes with her teeth and then just goes all Tasmanian devil on somebody. So
yeah.
So they go to this guy's camp and he's like, I got guns, and Amos is trying to rationalize with them and everything, and he's trying to make a deal basically, and if you guys, ladies and men, if you like Amos, okay, you get to see a lot of Amos and his skivvies here. So, you get to see the whole package. You know what I mean? So, but because he says, strip down, I know you don't have any guns, strip. And I know everybody's probably like, so.
Well, I was watching the after show on YouTube, and apparently one thing they kept having to stop him from doing was actually stripping.
Yeah,
because apparently
tell him to wear underwear. I thought that was hilarious. It's like,
yeah, apparently
you do not need to be standing in the snow, buck naked.
You can tell he goes to the gym once in a while. Let's just leave it at that. Right?
No joke.
Yeah, he probably has a gym in his garage. Okay, his garage probably is a gym. Yeah.
Yeah, he made me feel self-conscious. Like, I need to hit the gym, man.
He takes care of himself. Okay, we'll leave it at that. So, but I'm
gonna do some push-ups right now. I'll be back.
He's trying to negotiate with this guy, and you can tell it's going to go bad. And he points the gun, and all of a sudden, there's this jerky, what I told Flare X earlier, this is an X-Men scene, like a scene from the X-Men movie, where you just see Peaches fucking beating the shit out of this guy, spinning around, and next thing you know, you see the gun, it's like, bang, 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 and there's blood all over Amos, and he's just like, what the fuck? He's got the most what the fuck look I've ever seen on his face, and yeah. It was something else. So
well, because I've constantly seen that picture of him covered in blood, like ever since the new season was about to start, and I was like, where is this from? Because like
something's happening. Yeah,
like he's obviously outside somewhere. It's cold, is what it looks like, because like they have the blue tint on there, and he's covered in blood. I was like, what the fuck? Is the portal molecule back and like ripping people apart and like on Earth or something? Or what's going on? Apparently, just Peach is shooting somebody. Just
Peach is going all Tasmanian devil on a guy, And this is the part that I like too, is the conversation that they have, and she just straight up admits, I'm not a killer. I've done some things. Sometimes they feel good, sometimes they don't. Are we going to talk about the fact that we just killed a guy and took all of his stuff? Movies that we've seen recently, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what I'm talking about, don't address those kind of questions, but this show does. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, grape. Yeah, grape. Grape ape. We're not going to go off on that tangent.
Yeah,
we're not going to go there. But they're acknowledging that they're in a strange guy's house and they took all of his stuff. And of course Amos is like, well, we needed his stuff, because that's exactly what Amos would say.
But like,
and he was gonna, and he told her, well, what do you think I was coming here to do?
Yeah, and I like how Amos, in the beginning, like, he announced himself, he wanted to talk to the guy, and he wanted to do it properly, like, in the fashion that Holden would, I guess. And then that idea went out the door and he got what he wanted anyways. And then he had to reflect on it, and he had to say, it's like, Holden wouldn't go for this, Holden wouldn't do this. And then he's like, I need to get back to my crew, I need to get back to my ship. So it's kind of like he notices in helping Clarissa Mao that he's kind of losing himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's trying to, he's very much in that animal mode of him being like back in Baltimore. He's like, I need to get somewhere.
He needs that moral compass.
Anybody in my path is going to, either they need to move or they're going to get moved.
And he finally acknowledges that we need to get the band back together. And it's like, damn right you do. I want to see the crew back on the Roz.
I miss my band.
WWHD.
The band!
What would Holden do?
What would Holden do? Can we get bracelets?
Yeah. Big banners, WWHD.
Let's talk about my favorite moment. Bobby Draper and Alex do a thing, and it's fucking awesome. It's
I was worried about no, because like the thing we see. at the end of the last episode is like like they eject the oh god, what is
core.
it? Thank you, the core.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, Nick.
They eject the core, but it's just like the plasma ball of the reactor or whatever. It's not actually like the actual machine. It's just the thing it creates. They eject it, it explodes, and you see like a piece hit their ship, and it starts like tumbling, and you're like, oh fuck! And they're tumbling really fast.
Yeah,
so
I thought they were going to just wind up out in BFE nowhere.
You're worried, and then we have the slow shot of the Razorback, and then we see the ship. We see the Free Navy ship behind them, and we're like, fuck! And then they get in on it. We're like, they're probably scrambled eggs in there, man. We hope they're okay. We hope they get brought on board and they're prisoners.
Or there's going to be a long drawn out episode where they're running out of oxygen and they're just
something
in a
like
free
that.
fall tumble into infinity. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Thing that I love, it was the paint job, where it showed the progression from the Wright Flyer.
Oh yeah. I noticed that too. Like all the different planes that have happened. Yeah.
Plane, and then to a spaceship, and then it went from the spaceship to basically the Razorback, and I thought that was one of the neatest little kind of nuggets of showing a progression as they did their engineering and did it and made it
kind of reminded me of when you go inside Picard's office on Star Trek Next Generation, they've got like all the different Enterprises, like little models in that little case there, which I thought was really cool. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: they copied that design from a spaceship we have now. It's the Virgin Galactic Spaceship One. If you look on top of it, I actually made a post about this in the Expanse group on Facebook. If you look at it, on top of it has the exact same thing. As the Razorback, yeah. So they copied the design from that and put it on there because I've looked at it before. I remember when I was rewatching the series for doing these reviews. I was like, oh, I know that, and I remember seeing Spaceship One recently, and I saw the Razorback, and I was like, oh, this is familiar. And I made. I
appreciate little details like that so much. Something else I noticed that
that
part
so cool,
that part where Amos is stripping down. I'm going back to a different scene, but. That part, they showed all the bullet holes, because the guy's been shot so many damn times in this show. They had every bullet hole right where it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking,
man. Attention to detail that I really appreciate about both the books and the series.
Mm-hmm. But I like the fact that they're trying to tie it into the real world too, which is kind of like what Star Trek did with the little logos that they wear. The arrowhead design is basically a amalgamation of the old NASA design where they had like an arrow pointing to a different direction. It was kind of supposed to show that it evolved over years and eventually became the arrowhead that's on it's the Starfleet logo now, which is oddly enough the Space Force logo now. It's the same shit, which it just amazes the shit out of me. I have to get a Space Force hat and a T-shirt at some point. I just do. It's amazing, but they do this really cool fucking thing where it's they're in free fall, okay, and then you see the one of the Belter ships from the Free Navy ships, okay, not just Belter ship, the Free Navy Belter ship docks with the Razorback. You see the little whatever they call that little hallway that they run down to the airlock. They got the mag boots on. They're walking down there. All of a sudden. Door opens up, and there's Draper in the fucking suit. Fucking awesome, dude. Love it so much. I love that. I love that shit so much when she's in that suit and just mowing people down like it's nothing.
Dude. That's oh man. Yeah.
There needs to be a video game based on this shit. All right. I need this in my life, Nick. I need to have this. I need to be in a suit.
No.
And do a ship-to-ship fight with just people standing there. You know what I mean?
You know what? They have the Rocinante set. I wish they would do like a VR
thing. Dude.
Because they have the really crappy glasses you can get and put your phone into and do that. And you can get really nice headphones for it and everything, and then you're set. But like, do something like a 3D 360 experience or something like that with that.
Yeah, make that shit for the good PC VR sets that are out there.
Do something because I think
expensive ones, Yeah,
because I think there is an Expanse board game out, but it's like on Amazon somewhere. But there isn't an actual video game, which I think it would have to be a really big game because you would probably have to do like you have to pick a faction and then work in that faction and then like things would happen and you have to do.
I just want to relive that stuff with the suit, man. It's so cool. So what she does is while she's shooting these guys, Alex is in a suit jumping from the ship over to the fucking Belter ship. Throws a fucking grenade inside the ship.
No, to their exhaust nozzle.
There you go. Anyway, he had something with a grenade. And then on his way back, they do that thing that they've done it multiple times in the show, and it never gets old to me. The scene where they detach from the ship, and the ship is getting away from them. They're just in free fall space, wondering if they're going to get to their destination or not. You just kind of slowly see the thing flipping around, and all of a sudden, smack right on the fucking hull. Boots ignite, and she's like, "Get your ass in here!" It's a fucking wonderful scene, dude. It's great.
What I liked was the heads-up display in his helmet. They show that
targeting and everything.
It's doing his trajectory, and it shows him basically. It's in the red because he's just going absolutely out into space.
Yeah,
so there's nothing between him, and that's when the Razorback actually rotates up in front of him, and he goes, "Oh."
He smacks against the side, and then you hear the things, and she's like, "Would you get your ass in here?" And then she pulls him inside, and they shut the door, and he's like, "Yeah, motherfuckers!"
He got all of the cussing this time.
Oh my god! And like Bobby's suit almost rips her apart because she's trying to hold the.
She's trying to hold the thing. You can see like the sparks coming out of the side. I can't hold it much longer.
Yeah, it was awesome. I do love the suit where she was like, yeah, man, she was coming out shooting. I was like, they didn't have a chance.
Yeah,
they do it. And even the one Belter got behind the door and she's shooting the glass. I'm like, you ain't lasting long with that grenade in your exhaust. Like that shit ain't happening. Because
more of this, please. More of this, please.
And it looks like they got the entire ship from what they did. It was intense. One little grenade, and it screwed up all their stuff.
You put it in because that was one of the things that they were worried about first going out. Is I'm like, they have no weapons on this ship. I don't even know if they have any guns with them. Of course, we knew she took a suit with her, but they used everything that they had. You know what I mean? They had the bomb. They had the suit. They blew up the ship the old-fashioned way, and then they fucking took off. And I thought it was great. It was just a great little scene. Yeah.
Because I was worried when something flung off the ship and they got hit because like, oh, they're screwed now. But no, it looks like they're good. They're good to go. They just need to raise her back to fucking civilization or something.
That scene happened pretty fast too. I was kind of surprised. It was like so 11 minutes into the episode. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh dude. Yeah. Well, because I think we didn't catch up with them too much, so we needed to resolution to that.
So that was my favorite. My second favorite is we haven't talked about Drummer meeting up with Marco Naros yet.
Oh, I have a hot take about Marco Naros.
Go right ahead.
Every belter we've ever seen has tattoos or a marking, right? He doesn't.
That's a good notice. And as something else, it kind of took me by surprise with Marco Naros too. Is like we know that the belts are proud of the belts that they wear. Okay, his is like the flashiest. Like he's got like a big ass fucking Buck Owens style belt buckle on the front of it. Did you ever notice that shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like he wants to make sure that people know around him that I am the alpha male in these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like
and with him not having any tattoos, I don't think he's that invested or cares for the belters.
That's a good point.
Because if he did, he'd at least have the neck tattoo.
And you know what? While we're on that thing with the tattoos, let's talk about those crazy fuckers that they first see when Drummer and them show up to meet. They open the door and they got these two guys that like all black up here and then one's down here. They look like fucking like mimes, dude, when they first open that door.
Yeah, I think it's Golden Bow and then
Black Sky.
Black Sky.
Black Sky was the one that I picked up on because those are the scariest looking motherfuckers on the show.
Well, Golden Bow we know from Sirius Station. They're the ones who left Sirius Station to go to Eros to be the cops to help wrangle the people and put them in those boxes to spray them with nuclear stuff and get the portamolecule going. That's where we know them from.
And the significance of that is that it's showing that Marco Naros is uniting these different factions that probably would be fighting with each other, or at least competing for their fair chunk of the business. They're united against everybody else at this point. So, which is a scary thing. Like he's managed to bring the gangs together for one common cause.
Well, it's kind of like Al Capone uniting, the Chicago underworld.
It is exactly that. Yeah.
And you don't screw with Al Capone at the height of his power.
Yeah. You want to be, and so that's the offer that Marco Naros tells him. He gives him like minutes to make this decision. Bring your stuff to us, or you can walk away, but you won't have our protection. If you're with us, you'll have our protection. That sounds like a mob move to me, guys. That's
100% a mob move because
that's some gangster shit.
Refuse.
Yeah, because
I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Damn it. Well, see, here's the thing. As soon as he sent the message to Drummer, it sealed their fate immediately.
Yeah.
Because there is no way that Drummer could say no because of the family she has, and the people that are on the board and people that are on board her ships and her faction and everything she cares about.
She puts her family ahead of everybody else. And speaking of family, does everybody in Drummer's faction just fuck with each other, like sleep with each other? Or?
Yeah. They've actually said in the after show or whatever that there's a polyamorous relationship between all of them. Like
it just came off a little weird because it's like I thought that Drummer and that lady were hooked up, and then the very next thing, it's like the really tall, skinny guy with the hair that just kind of goes up and away forever. They're together and they're naked, and she's like, "Hey, Drummer seems a little off. We got to make sure that she doesn't, that she doesn't make a bad decision or something like that." So you can also tell that there's probably going to be some shit going on in those ranks as well.
But I mean, it all seems like Drummer cares for them a lot and wants them to,
for sure.
Like she finally has a family, even though she's lost Ashford and she's lost Fred very recently. She has this family and the support system.
There's never been go ahead. Sorry.
She has also been deprived of Naomi, who.
That's true.
Okay, for all of her failings, Drummer is loyal to her friends.
And well, that's the other thing with Drummer too is I've never once seen Drummer not put somebody else before her own self, like ever. Well,
and that's what to me the undercurrents of what was going on Marcos's ship as the threats were going on, and all this different stuff, there was an undercurrent of kind of a byplay of. Philip was standing up, being his own man. What's his name? Sink.
Sin.
The big belter that got whacked by Naomi is still defending Naomi, and looks at Marcos and goes, if you want to space or do it.
Oh yeah, we haven't even got to that part yet. So basically, Marcos is fucking infuriated that because the Rosinante, we hadn't even talked about that yet. The Rosinante has finally taken off. It's in space now. So at least the ship is finally in space. We're on episode 6 of season 5, where there's only 10 episodes. Episode 6, we finally get the Rosinante out of fucking space dock. Okay, so that's going. Marcos is pissed. Okay, Marcos says. It says, how the fuck did this happen? Philip says it's my fault. I brought her on board. And then Sin says, no, it's my fault because I let her get a hold of my phone, and he says, I don't want to hear whose fault. Marco says, I don't want to hear whose fault it is. Spacer. Stop apologizing and Spacer. He's going to tell his son, go space your mom, and And that's when he just straight up says, "Hey, let her live."
Yeah, because Sid gets in Marco's face and is like, "Listen, this is your shit. You do it.
You deal it. I love that scene. So there is definitely dissension in the ranks amongst the Free Navy here. So
And then there was the really devoted gal that basically says, "Oh, if you wanted her dead, just send me."
you should have asked me first. I'll take care of it. She definitely hates Naomi. Just fucking hates her. So
Carl or whatever.
Yeah.
She really hates her because I think it's also like a weird love triangle there. I think she wants Marcos's junk. That's what it is. You know, and like Marcos only has
together.
Marcos only has eyes for Naomi, and he's trying to get back, slide back into her DMs.
Also,
it didn't happen.
Philip, during Drummer's meeting with, and I think Drummer finally did decide, we'll go ahead and we'll join you, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
They did join because they exchanged some some of their crew as well.
That the really devoted one is the transfer to their faction from Marcos. That's the intrigue at the end. That undercurrent is, was Marcos setting up Drummer so that she'll be assassinated?
Oh, Drummer's gonna fuck her up. Are you kidding? All my money's on Drummer.
Well, no, to be fair, Drummer's been shot. She had her spine fucking removed. She's been like stabbed and shot like at least. She's been shot like
some
twice.
Shit, son. Yeah, she's been through some shit.
She had her fucking spine like separated and had it rebuilt. So like she's tough, and I hope to God, like if she gets assassinated, I'll be real sad. I'll be real sad. Because
also, there's that scene too. You guys are forgetting that Philip kind of accidentally let go that Naomi is on the ship because she says to him, she's like, "Is there anything you want me to say to her when I see her again?" And he's like, "No, I can tell." No, it's okay, And you can see that real fucked up look on Mark's face, like, "Okay, bye, Drummer. See you later. And we'll talk to you later. Holler back." Like.
The undercurrent I was saying, because Drummer is still very attached to Naomi, and if she now she knows where Naomi.
Hey, Flair, we're all attached to Naomi, buddy. Well, we're all very attached to Naomi.
But you understand what I mean.
I know.
It's in the context of the show.
Yeah.
When Drummer gives her loyalty, she gives it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no questions asked, and Naomi's the same way with Drummer.
You want her on your side. Yeah, you definitely don't. You don't want to go up against her.
You don't want to piss her off.
No, you don't want to piss her off for sure.
You don't want to be caught pissing in her.
She has a pretty high threshold for bullshit, but you don't want to piss her off because once you do, and even if you do, she punched Fred Johnson in the mouth, and she still carries a torch for him. You know what I mean? Like she says, he was a good man. Yeah, because he was a good man.
You had everybody say, he was a good earther acting as a Belgian. He was a good man regardless.
He was a good man. Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me there's certain people that come early in history. It's said of them that they were men before their time. I think Fred Johnson was a man who should have come a generation later, because he could have, the potential for what he wanted to do, because he saw all the factions. He thought he could be Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
But just like Winston Churchill in World War I, he blew it and had to go into basically exile. And then come back and redo it all over again in World War II. Well, Fred Johnson was pulling that Winston Churchill move when he got assassinated, because I truly think he would have been able to meet Mars and Earth on equal footing.
Yeah, I mean, and he was trying to, and like I do award him, props for trying to hire belters and help belters and give them a place to work and give them jobs and money and things like that. Even and it always kind of irks me when the crazy belters are like, oh, he's just an earther acting as a belter. It's like he's giving you and it's like, oh, we're just their pets or what Saki was saying. It's like, no, he was giving you a place to work, sleep, live, and have a job and to make money. And it's like he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to hire belters. He could have just got earthers.
You know what I also appreciate it too? A small thing that I noticed that in the show doesn't have to point fingers at it and make sure the audience does know, because I picked up on it. All the shit that's going on with the belters know that they look bad right now. Like people are going to look down on them since this event took place. James Holden still has belters as crew members. Doesn't even fucking acknowledge, because he knows the difference between good people and people that are dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knows it's not. Besides that, his girlfriend's a belter too. But you know what I mean? This is the kind of diversity that you want from a show like this. You know what I mean? It's like it's not forcing it on you. It's not going out of its way to point at it. Just little subtle nods that that there is definitely diversity going on.
It also shows the problem with zealots.
Yeah.
They don't look long term. They're looking for instantaneous results. And Fred Johnson had a long term plan. And he had, if he had survived, I think it would have worked out. Mm-hmm. But, the belters want it and want it now. And unfortunately, they have a long memory for grievances, but not for the fact that they have to build up and take their tribes and make them into a nation so that they can become, more better at it.
Yeah, exactly. And I wish, I wish, once again, I don't think Marcos is the answer for the belt. I think he's just doing this because he's bored and he has the ability to hurt Earth, and he's been punched at too much, and he's
But he's a great warlord, and sometimes you need. This is the problem that Earth has had throughout its history, is that sometimes you kind of need someone with a big stick to start bludgeoning. And then somebody with a velvet glove can come behind them, and make more change because of what the zealot has done. And I kind of see it that way with Marcos, is that he's going to, so he makes people like Anders not look as revolutionary as they are.
Yeah.
So they move the window. Marcos moves the window over here, and we can accept this guy now. So
well, I mean that's basically what the show's been as well. It's been like the whole time, to where you think there's somebody who's really bad, but in the end there's somebody who's even worse, and we know that because look at Marcos is the worst of the worst we've seen, because he's the balls on that guy to launch 9 stealth covered asteroids at Earth. Well, my God.
And the balls to go to Mars, buy from Martians, and then hit both Mars and Earth in the same swipe. I mean, the man has balls of titanium.
Yeah, and he's trying to take the ring gates for all the belters, and I mean, I understand, but even then, how is that good for belters? Because belters are always suffering. They're always in space. They're always rock hoppers, things like that. If you find 5 planets that are good, or you're let's say that are full of lithium or whatever you can trade and make money for, then you're planet bound and you have air. And I think it was said in season 4 where it's 2 generations are going to forget who they are. the Belters are going to forget who they are.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what are you really doing? Like, I know Belters want a planet, but you seem like Belters always seem like they want to not have a planet as well and still be Belters. And I don't know. They're very, very confusing people. I do respect them. I do love them, but
well, that's just it. That's what I think Ashford had the right idea. It's like we need to put the past behind us and learn how to work together. And if we want to achieve a common goal, people need to respect us as equals. And then that doesn't happen. And yeah, I think Marcos is trying to take the high road a little too easy. You know what I mean? He's like trying to take it by force, and ultimately, I think it's going to blow up in his face. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, even when Drummer came on board, he's like, yeah, we won the war, and Drummer's like, war? What war? What did he win? It's like
war.
Yeah, it's like he started a war on himself and other Belters, which is not good. And that's why drummers will join everything like that, and they've accumulated the stuff they have so that they can hopefully by sheer numbers stave off disaster. But who knows? In the next 4 episodes, we don't know what's going to happen. So
nope, don't know what's going to happen. But we definitely see there's a lot of setups here. That
I have hints, but I'm not going to say.
Right, you've read the books, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, I have not read the books because I don't want to be spoiled. I want to enjoy the show as it progresses. I just want to enjoy it. I want to be surprised. Yeah.
The very nice thing about this is they're very close to the books, but not the books.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know if you've ever read Ludlum's The Bourne Identity.
Mm-hmm.
No. His book is very 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good for high technology for the 1970s. The Bourne movies update it, take the story, the seed of the story, and expand upon it and make it relevant for its time period.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can honestly say I love the books for the books, and I love the series, the series of movies for the series of movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what the Expanse has done. Is they have been true to the original thesis of the books, but they've been able to translate and make it for a visual medium very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly love what they're doing with these. They are the books, but they're not the books. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. It makes perfect sense.
It does. There's a particular movie that I like a lot called The Mothman Prophecies. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. With
dude, that movie's fun.
There's also a book called The Mothman Prophecies that I own, and the two are completely opposite of each other. But I like them both because the movie takes one idea from the Mothman Prophecies book and makes an entertaining movie out of it, because the book is more or less a collection of ideas and reports and incidences that happened around the time period of when this happened. It is supposedly based on true events and recollections of people said, but there's no way you can make that into a movie. You could probably make it into an interesting TV series, but the movie just took one of those threads, fleshed it out perfectly, and it was an entertaining movie. I like them both. They're not the same, but they both fit in the same universe. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and one good thing about The Expanse, they've had the same showrunner since the beginning.
How often can we say that?
Yeah, Naren Shankar. Yeah, they've got several directors for their episodes, and they've used, I think one of them they've used like in every season at least 2 episodes. I forget the guy's name, but
Star Trek cycles through showrunners like water, So
but no, this one's had the same guy for all 5 seasons, actually all 6 now. Because they're going to do 6 here soon.
Yeah. You have a showrunner that'll oversee continuity and make sure it.
Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane is still involved in The Expanse as a director. I think that's so awesome.
That's awesome.
That something like that continues.
He's that committed to the story. Like I may not be in this, but yeah.
Yeah, because I saw him on pictures on set, and I was like, is he just hanging out? What's he doing? But he kept having his hands in that like kind of director kind of thing, and I was like, is he directing? What's he doing? What's Thomas Jane doing? I was like, and then I listened to the I think it was the second or third episode behind the scenes stuff or the Prime Video YouTube channel whatever, and he was directing one of the episodes, and he got into that, and he was shadowing one of the directors, and he's like got his own production company now, and he's doing his own thing, and I'm just like, good for you, man, like. And I mean, I do love Thomas Jane was fucking entertaining in that show, man. In the first 3 seasons, 2 seasons, I think. Yeah. Oh man,
he was kind of the glue that held it all together. You know what I mean? Because it's like you had a lot of weird things going on, but you had Thomas Jane acting like a character from the world you understand, and he's kind of introducing you to this strange world that you may or may not understand.
What I called him was the guide.
He kind of is, yeah.
What he does is he guides you into this universe, then he drops you off and says, grow with it. And then the Expanse expands around it.
This is one of the few shows where your main actor can leave and the other crew can come in and they become the main, and it works.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Really good. It's a bold move for a TV show. You wouldn't get something like this from Star Trek or Star Wars.
No, and like I think we need this. Like I think more than any time we need the show now, and I feel bad because people are not going to watch it until 2 or 3 years from now, and then they'll rave about it. And we'll be the ones who are like, "Yes, we've seen all of this. Yes, I can tell you this. I've read the books. I've this, that, and the other." And I feel bad because people are just going to find this after it's done almost, and it's going to it's fine because they'll like it. They'll talk about it. They'll love it. They'll find friends who want to watch it and everything, and it'll be good. But I think now with, just the current world climate we're in, good sci-fi, I mean, especially if this kind of stuff
intelligent science fiction, escapist entertainment, absolutely.
Good intelligent sci-fi, compelling characters. And one thing I've noticed, I think, to compare this to another show, which is going to be really odd, Cobra Kai, is that this show and that show does 2 things where there's a gray area between everybody. It's not black and white. It's not good or bad. It's just like there's this gray area for everything. And I think that's it.
Nick, I really think it's not going to fall into the trap that a lot of fans of Firefly have fell into.
Okay.
The what if trap. Oh,
no. Yeah.
Another season, it would have been the greatest series ever. And I'm like, you know what? You're full of shit. Have you really watched Firefly? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Nathan Fillion. I love the cast of Firefly. Yeah, I'm starting a war. But
Adam's trying to get off the ship.
Yeah, he wants to leave. But I mean, seriously, there's a trap that people fall into with Firefly.
No, 100%. And I was part of that trap.
With me all the time, and I say, have you truly sat down and watched just how hokey Firefly is at certain points and how many gaps?
All right, that's enough of all that. But you know what I wanted to say.
Are you a big Firefly fan, Adam?
Yeah. What I wanted to say though.
No. And here's the thing: is like I'm with Flare X, but I do understand the love of Firefly. Really, I do. I was a brown coat for a while.
Look, I own Firefly. It's
same here. Blu-ray, everything.
Not that I hate it.
But what I wanted to say though is I want to thank all the people that have joined the channel recently because of our coverage of The Expanse. We brought a lot of new audiences in. These videos are getting a lot of views already, Nick, which kind of makes me optimistic that this content will probably be more relevant at a later time, and I'm perfectly fine with that because my favorite director is John Carpenter, and how many of his movies have just found their audiences recently for movies that flopped when they came out? The Thing. Big Trouble in Little China. These are cult classics by today's standards. I think were flops when they came out.
I think Kurt Russell did that because he's fucking Kurt Russell.
Because Kurt Russell's fucking awesome. By the way, I wanted to mention something about that. All you new guys that subscribed, we asked you nicely last week to give us a recipe for red kibble. None of you did, so
you blew it.
Oh, thanks for nothing. I'm kidding.
Oh God! At some
If
point,
you
we're
know
gonna,
the recipe for red kibble, I want you to put it in the comments section. We've been asking patiently for this, so I want
You
to
know what?
know.
No. You know what? There's a guy. I think the YouTube channel's How to Drink. We need to talk to him or message him
Get
and
him
have
as a
him make us.
guest. Yeah.
No. Have him. Wonderful. We could have him as a guest because he's a nerdy dude. Love the guy. Nerdy as hell. If he's ever watched Expanse or is into it, or if you can make him watch it or you can get into it, he can make us an Expanse drink.
A shot, yeah.
A shot, a drink, a cocktail, whatever.
And I want to preference this by saying I can easily get on Google right now and Google the recipe for red kibble. But what I was hoping, I wanted to turn it into a fun thing where you guys give me your recipe for red kibble and then we read them out loud as comments on the show when we do our next live review. So I'm going to leave that open. We want to know what the recipe for red kibble is. If you have one, please share it with us. Leave it in the comments. Send it to me, email it to me, airmail it, send me smoke signals, whatever works for you. So
actually, if you could record yourself on Instagram doing like just make the video and post it like less than a minute kind of thing,
that would be awesome.
I'll share it and you'll probably get some hits, man.
TikTok it, yeah, there you go. TikTok it, yeah. I am so old.
Well, no, here, okay. Do this then. Shoot the video, post it to Twitter and to Instagram. I will then do my social media magic and get it out there, and you're gonna get some recipes. It'll happen.
Yes, Flair just sent me a link for the there is a red kibble wiki. I can read it.
Red kibble wiki.
That's not going to happen. We're not going to do that. We want you to send us your recipe for red kibble. We want to know.
It is for all kibbles, including red.
Okay, and it better not be cat food. This has to be, something the Belchers would eat. Okay, cat food doesn't count. If the Belchers eat cat food, it's news to me. Hey, let's do a round of scores for this show. Let's start with Flair. Let's let you go first. What did you think of this episode? 1 out of 5, bud.
I'm gonna give it honestly 5. I loved this episode. I was hooked from the beginning, and I was. When it ended, I was like, wait, an hour has gone by? No, stop. Come back. Give me more. So in my eyes, that is the hallmark of an epic episode. Even though it is a bit slow, I thought it was good.
Okay. Nick, what did you think about this one?
I'm gonna give the same score I gave last week, a 4 out of 5. It's still good. Still loved it, but I need more action. I need more of the Razorback and Bobby Draper and Alex Kamal. I need more of those scenes. I need more action. Mm-hmm. I do appreciate the show. I do love the character development. I do love the snarkiness of Drummer. I love all of that, but I need a little bit more action.
It's okay, Nick. 4 out of 5 is not a bad score, buddy.
Well, no, and this is, and mind you, this is like a 4.9 out of 5. Like it ain't far. It ain't far.
Right on. Let's see. I think this one is definitely a 5 for me because it's better paced than the last week's episode. I think part of the problem that we're dealing with too is the fact that we're used to just marathoning these seasons as they come out, and this was probably designed to do that. I don't know if this was really originally designed to be something that was a weekly occurrence, but you have those slow down, what we used to call bottleneck episodes in longer seasons, where you have to kind of slow the pace down a little bit and you do something a little out of character. See, last week for me was a lot slower than this one. I don't think there was quite as many fun things to talk about in the last episode. At least with this one, we see some action, some decent action at that. Especially when Peaches goes crazy. It's a little bit kind of cut and slapdash, but there's still some action there. And of course, absolutely love that whole stunt that they pulled with putting the grenade in the exhaust on the with the Razorback. That was something that none of us expected, and I enjoy that. So this one's a 5 for me. I think you kind of have to slow down before you get to the faster pace stuff. So I'm fine with it. I'm definitely excited because there's a lot of things that are being set up for future episodes that we got with this one. We do have a comment here. Let me back out of here. So Mike DiCarlo says, you can always binge it after the season is done. You can. I can't wait that long. We're enjoying the hell out of reviewing these episodes because it's so much easier to talk about one episode than it is to try to digest and process a whole season with so many things going on.
that, and I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy the exchange of ideas between all three of us. That we
Yeah.
each
Oh, it's
see
so fun. Yeah.
different things, and we all comment. And I think I gain more because I'll go back and I'll watch it again
Hmm.
after we do this, and I'll see what Nick was saying, and I'll see what you were saying, and I think I get a enhanced experience watching it after post this, as much as I do enjoying it by myself.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
I want to thank you both for that.
We're
Immense.
spoiled. We're used to having these things just be there for us to consume. And in some of the slower episodes would be like where I would want to move on to the next one. And I'm kind of glad that they're pacing this out a little bit because it gives you something to look forward to every week, and you can really break down an episode and see what's happening. And I think the pacing's good, but I do agree with Nick to a point though. We need to get the crew back on Rosnati, okay,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And we need like a bigger action scene, and I'm hoping that the season will end on
Well,
something
and
like that. I think the whole band being a part thing has kind of gone on long enough now, and I want to see them. I want to see this crew get back together, and I
okay.
think that ending on Amos saying I need to get back with my crew is the start of something. So
The, well, and I'm going to say, I agree with Nick. It wasn't. It was 4.8 or 4.9. I just kind of rounded up, and you went down to 4. I went up to 5. I mean,
yeah.
it, it,
Well, I'd given last
maybe
week's a
it's
4 because I thought it was a little bit slower than the one that we had 4. Mike Carlos said I definitely enjoy listening to all the talk weekly. The show discussions are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate the
Thank
comments
you.
like that because I know we butcher names, we get things wrong. We're humans, we're dorks, but we're not like super good at what we do. We're not your average Expanse talk show. Okay, we're a little bit more on the blue collar side, and that's not just because I'm wearing a blue shirt. And I don't know, Nick might be wearing a blue shirt. I can't really tell.
It's purple. It's purple.
I'm colorblind, Nick. I'm picking on me.
Come on,
Oh
But
my God.
yeah, we're a little bit more dumbed down, but we do appreciate the feedback. We're glad you guys keep watching us, and we took time out from our holidays to do this because we love talking about this show. And once the season wraps up, while we're waiting for the next season of Expanse to appear, we're definitely going to be reviewing the Orville. So if you guys are into that, we want to talk about that as well. That's another good show that I think you should join. Another announcement I want to make is this weekend we're going to be reviewing a movie called Avenging Force. It's a Canon film, which we love Canon films. At least I love Canon films. I'm obsessed with them. We talk about a lot of things, Pentangle. That's the origin of Pentangle. So we'll be doing Avenging Force this weekend. We're going to be doing a giveaway on my channel. I'm not going to reveal what that giveaway is going to be just yet because I'm not 100% set on what I'm giving away, but I'll be giving away something, and that's to celebrate the fact that we got over 600 subs, so that's great. I'm excited. I'm glad that you guys helped us get there, and I want to celebrate that with you. So join us Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel for that. All three of us will be here, plus the rest of our crew, which is Alex and Pete. So we'll be here. Make sure you join us for that. That's pretty much all I got for this one. We'll see you next week. You guys be safe out there. I know things are crazy right now, but be safe out there. That's all I'm going to say. Peace out, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat entertaining. Please remember to press that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you'll be the first to know when new content is published. Please visit raidersofthelostflicks.com for more hilarious entertainment and links to all of our social media platforms. Also, consider supporting us on Patreon. As little as $1 a month supports our worldwide digs for more Lost Flicks. Thank you, and have a groovy day.